During this Photoshop tutorial, I'm going to show you how to crop, use the selection tool, use of layers, copy paste, colour adjustment, and to merge three images together. So firstly, I'm going to open the images, so File, Open. You can find these three images on Frog. Open the first image, File, Open the second image, so the lion, and File, Open the third image, which is the African plains. So I'm going to icon the African plains down, and I'm going to icon the lion down. I can see them at the bottom left hand corner. Okay, I'm going to make this lady so she is facing this lion, and then I'm going to put the African plains in the background. So the first thing I need to do here, I need to do a duplicate copy of this background layer because the original layer is locked. So just do that again, right click, duplicate layer, and then click OK. When I've done that, I'm going to work on the background copy, and I'm going to turn the eye off on this locked layer. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to crop this image, so I've got a smaller work area. So select the crop tool here. If you hover over the tools, it will tell you what the tools are. So crop tool, just going to select the lady, then right click inside the area selected and click crop. I've just got a smaller work area now. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to get rid of this blue background here. To do that, I'm going to use the pen tool, which is this tool. I'm going to make sure the paths and the pen tool are selected in this toolbar across the top. When I've done that, I'm going to press Ctrl+ on my keyboard to zoom in slightly, and then using the navigator window, go to the bottom of the image. Now by clicking around the edge, so click, release, click, release, click, click, and so forth, I'm going to select just the lady. I'm going to do this fairly quick, but the neater you do this, the better the image will look. I'm trying to not select any of the blue background because that will show. So in the interest of speed, I'm trying to do this quick. Okay, just get the lady's eyelash, eyebrow. Now when I get to the hair, I'm going to be careful. I'm going to make sure I select around the hair. Okay, I'm going to zoom out, so Ctrl- on my keyboard. Last little bit of hair here, and then I'm just going to quickly click around the edge of the image. And then I've got to join the dots back up, so I'm going to click back into the first dot, and now that's one solid line going around the edge of the lady. I'm now going to right click inside that selection and select Make Selection. Then click OK. I now have just the lady selected. If I press Shift, Control and I, that inverses the selection. So I now have just the sky selected, or just the blue area selected. I'm going to press Delete on my keyboard. Delete. Now that's got rid of the background. Now to get rid of the selection that I have here, if I press Ctrl D on my keyboard, I now just have the lady selected. There's a little bit of blue still here, but I'll wait until the lady's in the lion image to get rid of that. So if I restore up the lion image and then click back on the image of the lady, just move this box slightly. From the background copy layer, which is the one at the top, I'm going to drag that and place that into the lion image. I can now icon down this lady, and I'm working on this image. Okay, so first of all I'm going to use the move tool. Now I think this lady, she looks a little bit too big, so I'm going to shrink slightly. Now press Shift on my keyboard, then it maintains the aspect ratio. I think that. I'm just going to do that again because I released Shift too early. Okay, and my lady's resized. I think that's about an appropriate size. Now I'm going to press Enter to save them changes, and that's saved. Now I can still see a little bit of blue in the lady's hair here, so I'm going to just go back into that. Sorry, I'm going to press Ctrl+ on my keyboard so I can zoom in, then back to the pen tool, make sure the paths and the pen tool are selected here, making sure I'm working on the copy with the lady on. I'm just going to highlight this blue area in her hair, right click inside that, make selection, OK, and then press delete on my keyboard, then press Ctrl D to get rid of the selection. I want to zoom out, that looks a bit more realistic. Now what I'm going to do, I need to get rid of the black area from behind the lion, so I'm going to click on the bottom layer, right click, duplicate layer, and then OK. That means I can now edit this layer. I'm going to turn the bottom layer off so I can only see the layer I'm working on. I'm now going to use the Magic Wand tool to get rid of the black area from around the lady. So this is the Magic Wand tool. If it doesn't show, if you right click, you can select it from the menu. And if I click there, I can see that goes around the lion. I can ignore this that goes over the lady because she's on a different layer anyway. So all I need to do now is press delete on my keyboard, and that's deleted the area around the lion. If I press Ctrl D on my keyboard to deselect this area, I now have the lady and the lion and no background. So next, the plains background. I'm just going to drag that and place into this image. Now the background is behind the lady but in front of the lion, so I'm going to drag the lion from the layers option here up above the background. I'm just going to move the background slightly. Ooh, sorry, wrong layer. Move the background slightly. Maybe there. And press enter on my keyboard. Okay, now it looks like the lady's in slightly more sun than the lion here, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to change the contrast slightly on this lady. So if I go to image, adjustments, brightness and contrast, I'm just going to turn the brightness down slightly, contrast down slightly. OK, and now that looks more realistic. OK, now you try.